Who is this chick? What is she doing?
Her name is Lauren Cupp. What more do you want to know about her?
What is she? We're good. Tell me what she did.
Her name is Lauren Cupp. She played 18 holes in under 50 minutes.
50. I thought you just said 15.
Hang on.
And I about shit my pants.
That's physically impossible.
I know. I was going to say that's less than a minute a hole.
She's just teleporting hole to hole.
Takes me a minute to tee off.
Under par.
What did she shoot?
Didn't say.
So is speed golf is a legit sport?
This is called speed golf. Yeah. So it's like I don't know if they call it a new sport, but yes, the sport of speed golf. Meaning and there's guys on the tour that are doing this now too, which I don't know. There's a lot of money on the line for you to rip through 18 holes, especially if you're not playing that good.
Are they sprinting or are they in carts?
They're sprinting.
Fuck that. That's like sprinting 3 miles and also swinging a golf club in between.
Okay, this was in 2007.
Didn't we calculate this out before, right? 18 holes is 3 miles?
It's like 3 to 4 or something you said. Because you did it on a quiz. You gave us a quiz one time about it.
Oh, that's right.
No, sorry. This didn't happen in 2007. This happened in 2021 at the Thirsty Owl New York Speed Golf Open Championship at Tugega Country Club in Rome, New York on August 8th. That was all one sentence.
Right here, 5 miles.
5 miles.
5 miles.
So is it a par 3 course maybe?
Okay, a player's speed golf score is the sum of their total shots and how many minutes it takes them to play 18 holes. So total shots plus minutes.
So I bet you how you shoot your round takes away on your time.
Yeah, because if you shoot a 59, that's 59. If you shoot a 58, it's 58. So it'd take one off.
The official Guinness World Record was shot by professional Christopher Smith at the Chicago Speed Golf Classic at Jackson Park Golf Course. Smith shot 65 in just 44 minutes and 6 seconds while carrying 6 clubs for a speed golf score of 109.06.
Okay.
How did we not know that speed golf existed until right now?
I didn't know that was a professional.
Let me go on about Lauren Cupp. Cupp's record performance of
Cooper's sister.
Yep. CUPP though. Cupp's record performance of 122.48, so 122 minutes, 48 seconds, I believe, in the tournament's first round shattered the previous mark of blah, blah, blah by New Zealand's Liz McKinnon. Cupp carded a 1 under par 72 and completed the course in just 50 minutes and 48 seconds.
Is this a full golf course or is this like a speed golf course that's changed?
It takes the 50 minutes plus her 71 that she shot to get the 122.
Gotcha. So they just add your shot number to your time.
What do you think you would get?
A hell of a lot more than that. Dude, I about tipped the fuck over when we did the speed walking hole.
Yeah, that was tough. And we were pushing a cart and she's carrying a bag.
And that was one hole. And we didn't even run. We just walked.
Oh.
Really fast.
So she won the U.S. and World Speed Golf Championships in 2018. Where is this taking place at?
Oh, shoot. I just
She claimed another title.
It is in New York.
She claimed another title at the 2019 Japan Speed Golf Open. So she went to Japan for speed golf. Maybe we're playing the wrong type of golf.
Maybe it would give you way less time to think about your shot,
which would be perfect.
Yeah.
I've also been reading a book on golf. The mental side of golf. The mental side takes up like 80% of the game. So I would say 80% of the game of golf is the 80% that nobody practices.
The mental stuff?
They practice the 20%.
Is that a line directly from the book?
No. I just started last night. I can't remember shit that well. The other 20% is what everyone practices. That being hitting piss missiles on the range and chunking irons on the driving range. The other 80% is chipping, putting, and the mental side of the game. I have neglected the 80% this whole time, and I think that's where I'm going wrong at.
That makes sense.
The mental part is the part that I actually probably practice the most. Because
In what way?
I don't practice my swing. I have a mental checklist before every shot. It's very, very simple, and it has helped me a ton.
What does this mental checklist look like?
I go from the top down.
But is it like in your head? Is it on a piece of notebook paper?
No.
Or is it on a whiteboard?
It is on my body. I go from literally chest down, and that's my mental checklist.
Okay. We should get a shirt. We should make you a shirt that has just.
Well, don't look at my shirt.
That has just embroidered check marks.
So
where your check marks need to be.
You want to know what the checklist is?
I do.
You start front arm straight, work my way down to my grip. It's the whole baby bird thing. Hold the baby bird so it can't get away, but you don't kill it. So your grip's not too tight. Your grip's not too soft. And then it goes all the way down to my club face. Club face needs to be just a little bit under the ball. You know, the whole half the ball above the club face.
You're talking on the tee box.
On the tee box,
okay.
yes.
Yep.
And then the last thing it is my backswing. Don't go so far back. I used to overextend the shit out of my backswing, and then I implemented the grandpa half swing, even though it's not really a half swing now.
So you're thinking about your swing when you're swinging.
You're right. No, right before. It's like, where do I want to stop? I want to stop with my hands here where it feels halfway, but it really isn't.
Interesting.
And then that's what I do every shot. And the only thing that changes is where the ball is on the club face. So if I'm in the fairway, just make sure the ball is centered in the middle of the club face.
Sure. Okay. And this book I'm reading, it's called Golf is Not a Perfect Game. Mm-hmm. Matt gave it to me, actually. He just put it on my desk without even asking if I wanted to read it. So
it's probably smart.
Matt's looking out for your boy.
Matt's looking out for everybody. Matt is a new hire here, by the way. We should have him on the podcast one day. He's pretty shitty.
Yeah, but he said that this book has improved his game a lot.
He's his first year golfing, and he's got a pretty nice swing for someone who's never done this game.
Sure. Yeah. Well, he's athletic.
Yeah, he's still pretty shitty, but he'll get there.
Yeah.
I have no doubt.
Fuck.
No doubt.
I've only been golfing like hardcore for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And in 3 years, I've never shot under par. I have gotten the yips.
You were under at Pop Stroke.
I was under at Pop Stroke. I think I was 6 under, and I was first on the leaderboard that day.
Yeah, so you won a Tiger Woods golf course.
So I basically beat the whole Tiger Woods golf course. Yeah, but the whole concept of this is interesting because it doesn't even talk about, all right, when you're setting up for your drive, make sure that your feet are shoulder width apart and your hands are, the shaft of the club is a little in front of the head and you're lined up this way and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't talk anything about that. Like coming down to it, it just talks about forget about your last shot and move on to the next one. If your first shot's not perfect, move on to the next one. Forget about it, because there's even a lot of pros that will, if they putt bad on the first hole, or if they chip bad on the first hole, if they do anything bad on the first hole, their round is doomed. And they say that, they physically say that in the book. They're like, if this happens on hole 1, I am fucked. But that's not the whole point, right?
Right. You got 17 more holes to go. You got
17 more holes. So if you let that mull over for 17 more holes, you're screwed. You're going to shoot 15 over like I do. It's very interesting comment.
Good advice.
Yeah. I'm only 70 pages in, Tyler. I got a lot of ways to go.
How long is this fucking book?
Like 200 pages. Oh. Super easy read.
You're almost halfway done.
Probably like 8 AR points. Worth in high school.
Not even worth my time.
Did you have AR points?
Yeah, fuck yeah, we did.
What's AR points?
Accelerated reader. You had to have so many points per semester at school.
We didn't have it in high school. We had it in elementary school. And where I went to elementary school, it was K through 6 in one building.
Okay.
1st grade through 5th grade, this girl named Sam, last name to be excluded.
Hang on. Why does every girl named Sam love to read?
I don't know, but I got 2nd fucking place every year.
She probably had 200 AR points.
To Sam, but 6th grade, last year with accelerated reading, I didn't take any of the tests on all the Harry Potter books that I read. Nice. I saved them to 1 week left in the AR season. Sam Barker is in the lead and I'm in 2nd again. I cashed in all the Harry Potter books and whooped her ass last year of accelerated reader.
Did you get
Eat it, Sam.
Did you get a free personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut?
I got that, and then we had a prize cart. So you got to pick from the prize cart. So there were 1st place prizes, like 2nd tier prizes, and then like, hey, you read a book, here's a freaking sticky hand.
Yeah. We did the personal pan pizza things, but we didn't have the accelerated reading.
Okay.
So like if you read a book and did a report on it, then you get a a ticket for a free pizza.
Oh, you had to do a report on it?
Yeah, like
we just had to
a
take
small book report.
It's like a 10-question test?
Yeah, on the computer. And that's where it kept all your scores and showed the leaderboards and stuff.
Oh, nice.
I got an MP3 player for winning that year.
That's a big deal.
Dude.
Hell, in 6th grade, an MP3 player is dope.
I know. Think of the technology when we were back in middle school. Like the Motorola Razr. Who the fuck had Motorola's back in the day?
I did.
But who has them these days? Nobody.
Yeah.
Did it get bought out?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's
They're
Android.
still going.
What happened to Motorola? What happened?
They're still going. They're big overseas. They're big in like China and Japan.
Oh.
They do make a new phone that's called like the Moto something, where it's like a modular phone.
What's that?
What does that even mean?
Like you can put different attachments onto the phone. Like there's like a professional camera attachment, a big speaker attachment. So like you get like a super loud speaker or a projector.
You can get
See, that seems
cool.
You can put a ring light on it.
Ring light.
That seems counterintuitive to me because every other phone in the world is minimizing accessories.
It has all that stuff on it.
Yeah.
It's just built in.
Yeah, just better quality photos, better quality sound.
You can't tell me it's any better than the new iPhone cameras. Those are pretty they're incredible. You can set focal length
they're
in the
unbelievable.
macro settings of the new iPhone cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have an app on my phone where you can make the video settings essentially just the same as a DSLR. Like the video is unbelievable.
That's bananas. We're gonna be shooting videos eventually. They're gonna have internal mic receivers.
They already
camera,
do.
so we can wear our lav mics.
Oh yeah.
And then connect directly to the phone and not have to have a receiver eventually.
That'd be kind of sweet.
The new ones, like I only have the 11, which is not very new. It's
Not
like
to
a
brag.
year and a half old.
I have
There's
a 10S, Cody.
There's a microphone
Me too.
on the camera, like on the back, that little black spot. That's
Sure.
that's a microphone.
Jesus.
It's crazy.
You piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now.
Before we get too far into the podcast, we are presented by Brio Smokeless Fire Pits. That's literally exactly what it is. It's a fire pit where you burn wood, but there's no freaking smoke. Right?
Yeah, and here's the science behind it. We took a little deep dive into Brio. We're like, how the fuck do they make these things smokeless?
Right.
Well, it's the oxygen flow from underneath of the fire pit
Science.
that essentially, like, I don't know if it vaporizes is the right word, but it vaporizes the smoke before the smoke can actually escape. So no bonfire smell. You can cook food on it. You can do all that kind of stuff. They have all kinds of attachments. I don't know about you. I'm a big time attachment guy. So
except with cell phones.
except with cell phones and
Yep.
the Motorola, that's bananas.
Yep.
But yeah, the Brio is the move for the fall time, Tyler. Crew neck season, sweatshirt season, what have you. You got to have a Brio for the backyard.
That's right. And the one thing too with this, I don't know how they figured out that putting vents and airflow in the bottom is going to get rid of smoke. All that means to me is that the people that invented the Brio are nerds, and there's no one I trust more in the world than nerds.
That is correct.
Nerds are so smart. I love them.
Also, if you have a kid, you're gonna need to cut some firewood, right?
Right.
So if you have a kid, what we used to do as kids was chop firewood.
Yep.
Lots of it.
Split it all the time.
And you were telling me a story about you were chopping wood 4 days a week when you were 12 years old, and then your dad.
He dropped me off for college here in Fargo and then immediately left my dorm room to go buy a log splitter.
Well, yeah, because his log splitter was going to college.
He left his log splitter in the dorm room and went and replaced me with a new one.
No shit.
Yep.
Wow.
There's something primal about just having a stack of wood at your house.
Good way to
And-
cut weight in wrestling.
Yeah. Yep. Good way to cut weight. That and chewing gum.
Spitting.
Spitting in a Gatorade bottle. That's what all the
exactly.
wrestlers did at my high school.
Guys, yeah, so head over to brio.co. Check out the smokeless fire pits. It's going to be a great investment for you, for the family, for the backyard. Put those kids to work, get them to chop some firewood, and have yourself a sweatshirt weather season.
Yes. Do it.
All right.
What the hell were we talking about?
We were talking about AR points, which for me...
And then cell phones.
I can say that I read the Twilight books.
They're good. I don't give a shit what anyone says. The Twilight books are good.
They were easy reads, and they were worth a fat amount of points.
And at the time, that style of story was very original.
It was.
Nobody was doing
werewolves.
a different take on vampires and werewolves.
God, when those movies came out, that was so hyped.
The movies suck ass.
Well,
I
to
just
you, 'cause you're a
rewatched
critic.
them.
You're a Rotten Tomatoes critic.
They're so fucking bad, dude.
Yeah, but at that age, they weren't because you didn't know what good movies and bad movies were
Right.
like.
I would love for you tonight.
I'm not going to watch
They're
them
on
tonight.
Netflix right now. Go on Netflix and watch the first Twilight.
Is it that bad?
I'm not
It's
going to do that.
so bad.
I
I'm not
remember
gonna do that.
I saw it in theaters with my first girlfriend, and she was just like one of those big Twilight hardos. She read all the books. I never did.
Was she Team Jacob or Team Edward?
Jacob,
That's a mistake.
big team Jacob.
You know that means she only watched the movie. She didn't read the books. Everyone that read the books was Team Edward.
she read all the books.
No, she didn't read them close enough.
Discredit
Hey,
Kelsey right now.
Yes, I am.
I want to transition into.
We didn't even finish Twilight yet. This is a Twilight podcast now.
No, this is way more important because we have new information on a breaking story that happened this last weekend.
Oh, yeah,
shit.
the DM. Yeah.
So you know that dog that stole my golf ball at the
Yes.
chipping range.
I was one
Chipping range?
responding to these DMs.
You were.
This was me.
Okay, this was Tyler. I never know who it is. It's you, Cody, or me. I always know when it's Cody because there's punctuation, like exclamation points, and you're not that happy of a human to do that. So
No.
I asked one time, is this Tyler or Cody? And I'm like, that's a dumb question because there's an exclamation point at the end. It's Cody.
Cody, you're not that excited.
All right, we're going to transition into bachelor party weekend for Tyler. One thing that happened was I'm chipping on the greens before we're going to tee off, okay? And this little ankle biter comes over and super nice little dog, not barking or anything. He's just minding his own business. He decides to steal one of my balls
Yep.
and run away with it.
Took your ball, ran off the green.
Yeah, as if I'm not going to lose enough balls the way it is in the round.
Yep.
He's just going to take one more out of my bag. So we had someone message in and they said, so that dog that stole Ryan's ball belongs to my friend Michelle. And she was wondering if there was a way she could get that video footage. Okay, so we sent her the video footage. I'll check with her on the dog's name. I know she has one named Terror. His name could have been Terror.
It's not.
It's not. Okay, I'll
Check
keep going.
our other DMs.
Yeah.
The owner of the dog put it on her story.
Oh, no shit.
Yep.
Actually,
Yep.
I'll keep you posted. Hey, my friend got back to me. The dog's name is Chibico.
Chibico.
Chibico. Okay,
So did you see the other people that have golfed that course message in saying that dog shows up when they play there too and steals their balls off the putting green? And they were calling him Chico. So it's not that far off. His name is Chibico, but
Chibico.
they call him Chico. So that dog
Interesting.
shows up to that course all the time and steals people's balls.
cute dog though.
So does
She's
Michelle?
she's selling them.
Does Michelle work at the course?
I don't know. I don't think so.
That's weird. That's so weird. And the ball is bigger than this dog's head.
Right? He can barely fit the golf ball in his mouth.
Yeah. And he took my ball and he started to run to the fence that leads outside of the golf course. I'm like, oh God, I don't know what kind of ball it was. Probably a top flight. I should have just let him go.
It was a noodle. That's why I told you to
Well,
get it back.
Yes,
I was
it
like,
was.
go get that ball.
Noodle, fuck yeah. So I'm like, if you run after the dog is going to run away. That's cat and mouse.
Right.
So I'm going after this dog, and finally, I got him to drop it. I didn't get him to drop it. He dropped it, but I didn't like lunge towards the ball right away because I knew he would have grabbed it again. So I kind of just like let him back away a little bit, and then I kind of like scared him off. And then before he could grab the ball, he was scared off. So then I was able to get my ball back.
So-
But unbelievable situation. Dogs stealing golf balls.
Who would have thought?
Grandpa Dave needs to get a dog.
He doesn't need one. He's the bloodhound.
I know, but think about how many more balls he could find.
That would be pretty cool. He's just got to get Chibico.
Also, speaking of Grandpa Dave, it's just like your kid and You Bet Your Radio. We have to bring up Grandpa Dave on this
Yeah, it's
podcast.
the
We got to
rules.
work him in some way. We were golfing with 12 people at the bachelor party.
Yep. 3 teams of 4.
Okay. There was one person in the whole group that played 18 holes with one ball.
Didn't lose a ball.
Can you guess who it is?
Seriously? Did not lose one?
No.
I think I probably lost 8 to 10 easily.
Really? I only lost 2.
I mean, it was more so off the drives.
Yeah.
I was trying to hit bombs.
Yeah. I was doing my classic hit it short so everyone else can go for it.
Sure. Yeah. Yep. Grandpa Dave, 1 ball, the whole entire 18. Oh, and he made sure people knew it. At the
Oh
end.
yeah, Grandpa was liquored up.
Oh yeah. He was talking shit. He was telling people to F off.
He flipped me off from a different hole.
Really?
We were teeing off and he was 2 holes behind us because we were the first group and he was the last group. And he was in the fairway with the other group. And I was like, hey, how are you guys shooting? Grandpa just gives me the bird. And that's it. Doesn't tell me how they're doing, just flips me off.
I wouldn't expect anything less from him.
It was great. I've never seen him talk shit like that in a scramble before.
Yeah, it was great.
Like he talked shit to me and Cody in the Forest Hills scramble, but not like this. Who did he tell the fuck off? I think it was Logan.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Yep, probably getting a little mouthy.
Yeah.
Grandpa Dave had enough.
He's sick of losing because we kicked his ass in beanbags.
Yes, we did. Tyler, give us a recap of the bachelor party. We don't even know if you're getting married. I mean, eventually you are.
Next summer, so we'll probably have another one.
Yeah. So give us the whole recap. Just lay it all out there.
Honestly, off the bat, in my mind, it was the perfect group because not all of you guys knew each other, but it seemed like everybody meshed well, at least from my eyes.
Well, and people of our age, no one's there to have a big swinging dick contest. No one's there to count the dollar bills in their wallets. It's like, these are your buddies and I'm friends with you. So I'm probably just going to get along with your buddies.
Right.
It's just usually the way it works out.
Yeah. And I just had so many groups of different friends. So like I had you there, a work buddy. Mm-hmm. I had friends from college. I had friends from high school and I had friends from my actual childhood and my grandpa there. So it was like every friend group that I have all in one spot. And I think everybody meshed pretty well. So that was good. We did everything I wanted to do except go to the strip club. But I did get a lap dance from Lane Hallock.
Yes.
So
Lane, you betcha Lane. Lane works here in the warehouse.
Yes.
Nice.
That is a man, by the way.
Lane is a man. I didn't have any cash, so I had to swipe the old card in the cheeks.
Yep. Deep ass crack. Jesus.
Lane almost got a little too into it, and I was like, all right, get off me, Lane.
Yeah, and this was probably like 1 a.m.
Yep.
So
Last night.
Yep.
Last night, Grandpa made it with us the whole time, but he didn't want to come out to the bar last night. He ate a little too much, so Grandpa bunked up with Lane, went to bed early.
Yes. Yes, you did. What was your favorite part of the whole weekend?
I had a lot of fun golfing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think it was good because none of us were like, didn't care too much how it went, but we still were a little competitive, you know?
Yeah.
And it was a perfect course for it.
Yep.
We were at Long Prairie Country Club.
Country club snobs for a day.
Yeah, but that's just it.
No, we weren't.
It was a nice course, so it was fun to play with good features, but nobody there was snobby, so it wasn't like we couldn't have a good time and get drunk.
Yeah.
You know? I think overall it was a huge success, and I had a blast, and I appreciate everyone that came. So
here's where we screwed up at. We knew the weather was going to be bad on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So we were out till probably 1, 2 a.m. the morning before that. 8:30 tee time on Saturday. So we all wake up at around 7:15, get a little something to eat in us, and we're like, oh shit, we can't golf this morning. It's raining out, or the weather's shitty. So everyone is up at 7 a.m. just because. And we're like, well, fuck, we can't go back to sleep.
right, we all started drinking immediately at like 8.
Yeah, so at that point, golf is axed.
Yep.
All right, well, what's the next sport that we're really good at?
Like, what can we do in a house, because it is torrential downpouring, like it is an absolute thunderstorm.
Yes.
So we had a beanbag tournament in the garage.
And who got paired up with who?
We drew for names, completely random teams. Ryan and I are the 1 seed. We were the first partners drawn.
We went undefeated. And in our bags rules, if you drain 4 in a row,
game over.
You win.
It's
Really?
auto over.
Championship.
It was like pinning someone in wrestling. You don't even finish the match. It's done.
Was it championship round? Yeah, it was against Lane and your.
It was championship round before the consolations guys came through.
Okay, so semifinals.
Yes, technically.
I've never drained 4 in a row.
You did it on the first turn.
First round, 4 in a row.
You called it.
Damn.
Done.
No, I
Move
called
on to
it
the
for
next
you.
round.
I was like, Lane, don't even throw. Ryan's going to put all 4 in.
4 in a row. And then we came back around, beat Grandpa Dave in the championship, I believe, who he was dialed in.
Grandpa's good.
Yeah. And then I think we played them like best 2 out of 3, drain 4 in a row again.
Mm-hmm. Easy mode.
This is what it is.
Yep.
We haven't lost together in a scramble, and we have lost in bags. Son of a bitch.
Well, that doesn't count against
Ozarks.
regular people.
We are some of the best
We are the
scramble golfers and amateur bag players.
Yes, we
that
are
there is.
the best people at cornhole or beanbags in the entire world that are not professionals.
But we also get we get
Shit's getting deep in here.
We are, Cody. We literally make us a trophy. Do you know how to weld?
Yes.
Weld us a trophy.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That's
kinda
not
sweet.
surprising. He's from Pine City.
I suppose
That's like one of their 3rd grade classes.
I think it's
We
like-
had a welding class in high school.
Yeah.
Actually.
it's like the welding capital of the world.
take
I
it,
think.
but
Crazy.
My fiance even knows how to weld. Everyone
Wow.
from Pine City maybe knows how to weld.
That's what I mean.
Interesting.
It's a great skill to have.
Yeah.
Every-
you wel-
So anyways,
Hey, could you weld 2 golf clubs together for us?
Can you make us a super long golf club?
yeah. Just one massive golf club. I don't know if my skills will be able to hold that up. I'm going to be honest with you. It's very basic.
You ever gotten a welding TikTok?
No.
It's pretty satisfying.
You ever watched Forged in Fire on Netflix?
No.
It's just a bunch of weapons nerds that are really good at making knives and swords and shit.
Seriously?
And they it's one of the most important things before you smelt your metal plates down is to make sure the welds are tight.
Yeah, I believe it.
Or it's gonna crack when you bake the metal.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yep. Put that one.
Hot tip for all my bladesmiths out
Put
there.
that one in the notebook there, Cody.
I considered myself a bladesmith at the bachelor party with my irons. I was absolutely fucking dialed on my second shots.
Really?
My drives were super average. My buddy Logan was absolutely mashing the balls, and I could not be stopped with my irons. I was 6 inches from dunking a ball.
No
Did
shit.
you
I'll show you my divot. I took a picture.
Really?
Yep.
did you just do a scramble format?
Yeah.
Yep.
4-man scrambles.
4-man
the whole-
scrambles.
We usually cater these type of things so that we can win.
Yeah.
So we'll bend the rules a little bit to play in Tyler and I's favor. we'll do shit like that. And that's why we're top tier. At,
Like what? What was
Maybe
the
I didn't
special
take a
rules
picture.
for those rounds?
I don't know, Cody. I was just trying to work that in somewhere.
Oh yeah. I also have this picture of Grandpa Dave. He shotgunned a beer on the golf course.
Yeah. 73 years old.
What a legend. What a legend.
And he unprompted, my friend just punched a hole in a beer and brought it over to him and didn't say shit. And Grandpa just took it and shotgunned.
That is freaking hilarious. Does your grandpa golf, Ryan?
No.
You don't have a golfing grandpa?
Yeah.
Dang it. Sorry to
Grandpa,
hear that.
grandson, 2-man scramble duo.
That would be fun.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That would be really fun.
Well, aren't we
My
doing-
grandpa's pretty good at golf.
Aren't we kind of doing something sort of similar for Old Man Iron Man next year? Aren't we making our own teams? And instead of us against the world,
Right.
it's us versus us?
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about that. I don't know.
No, we're doing that.
It doesn't sound as fun.
You'd have a good team, though. Your dad can shoot. Your brother can shoot. Because
My brother, where did you get my brother can shoot?
Don't you hunt with him?
No,
Oh, I thought you hunted with your dad and your brother.
no, my brother lives in Nebraska.
Well, in high school, you lived together.
Yeah, but he's only been hunting like a handful of times.
Huh.
He usually just like comes out and lays in the duck blind and just watches.
Chills.
So what
Yeah.
I'm getting here is you wouldn't be able to put together a team. So
I
you'd rather
would.
be on one of our teams.
No, I would.
Because like, what didn't we say that Cody and his dad would have a team? Me and my dad would have a team, and you and your dad would have a team. We just come up with the other two guys.
Yeah.
I would be able to put together a pretty solid team.
Okay. Do
So
it.
what's the
Yeah.
issue?
Yeah.
Well, you were talking. Weren't we talking about me and my grandpa?
That's for golf.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be able to put together a solid team. I don't know. It was just fun. If anything, I'd kick Cody off the team from his
Really?
You did.
Well, from
suck
your
pretty
shoot- from
fucking
your
bad shooting.
Yeah,
18 out
that
of
was
50.
bad.
You
I don't even think it was that much.
Yeah, it was.
was
because you
18?
beat Jake by 1 and Jake got a 17.
Oh. Dude, I'm not kidding you. I've never shot that low since I was probably 8 years old.
I believe you.
It was
If only you could have shot on the golf course like you shot in clay pigeons.
I won.
that would have been perfect.
I won the Pheasants Forever Sporting Clay tournament the weekend before that. Remember
Not
that?
to brag.
Shot a 43 out
I know.
of 50.
You told us like 50
Yeah.
times every time you went 1 for
What
5.
the
You're like, what's happening? I won last weekend.
I won the club championship that day in sporting clays.
Unbelievable.
Club
Good shit.
champ.
We're talking about something that happened 4 months ago.
Yeah, sorry.
We're all over the fucking place in this
we are.
episode
Yeah,
already.
We are.
is,
This is
very
more so the bachelor party
Yeah.
podcast, but
Nothing wild enough happened on the golf course really to dive super into it besides Chibico stealing your ball, Grandpa Dave telling people to fuck off and shotgun and beers.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break and we'll come back, wrap the podcast up.
I have one segment that, when we come back that I want to, this podcast is bringing people from across the entire planet together and we're going to dive into it.
Wow.
Okay, Ryan. So we've been doing this for almost a year now.
Pretty close.
We're almost a year into the podcast. Cody joined us probably 7-8 months ago.
January 11th.
So yes, 7-8 months ago. And we have grown from not just the Midwest podcast. We are worldwide. We are Breakfast Ball worldwide.
Prestige. Worldwide. Wide.
I have a map in front of me with where our listeners hail from, right?
Okay.
The majority of our listeners, to no surprise, are in the United States and Canada.
No shit.
Yeah.
Ryan's is so surprised.
We also have a fan base of 3 consistent listeners in Mexico.
Nice.
We have 1 consistent listener in Argentina.
Okay, so let's just break this down real quick. Cody, can you look up the population of Mexico?
Yes.
And also look up the population of Argentina. There's literally a man or woman walking the street in Argentina, one person that has listened to our show.
Yeah, consistently. And this is just the last 30 days.
Okay.
Okay, population of Argentina is 44.94 million. Population of Mexico is 127.6 million.
So one out of 44 million people have listened to this show. It's
pretty good numbers.
Pretty good numbers. At least it's not 0.
So I'm going to get into some of the more obscure countries that have way more listeners than that. Mexico is our neighbors.
Yep.
And we only have 3 listeners there. We have 32 listeners, consistent listeners in Latvia.
Do you think they all live together?
Probably.
Or they maybe all work together. And
where is Latvia at?
Don't know.
Is that by Germany?
Funny you should ask, because right underneath Latvia on the list of listeners is Germany, where we have 18 listeners.
I'm going to have to look it up where it is.
We have 9 listeners in South Africa, 8 consistent listeners in Saudi Arabia.
Hell yeah.
Slovakia, where we are the number 70 podcast in all of podcasts in Slovakia.
It's right north of Lithuania.
Oh, that helps.
Where's that at?
Right by the Baltic Sea.
Where's that at?
Estonia.
Where's that at?
Oh my God. Okay. I'm trying to think
Okay, keep going, Tyler.
South of Finland.
Okay.
We have
the Nordics.
East of Sweden,
Okay.
kind of southeast of Sweden.
That makes sense.
We've got listeners in the Ukraine. We've got listeners in Barbados. We've got listeners in Kenya. And a country that I have never even heard of. I had no idea it existed. It's got its own flag. St. Kitts and Nevis.
Interesting.
I've heard of Nevis, Minnesota.
Right. That's St. Kitts and Nevis is a dual island nation situated between the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean Sea.
Oh my gosh.
Cody, can you look up golf courses in St. Nevis?
It's right next to the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico.
Okay.
It is known for cloud-shrouded mountains and beaches.
What?
Wow.
St. Chicks?
St. Kitts, Kitts.
K-I, St. Kitts.
Oh, Royal St. Kitts Golf Club?
And Nevis.
They have Royal St. Kitts Golf Club.
I've heard of that. I've just never put 2 and 2 together. Royal St. Kitts, Kattegat, and Nevis Golf Association.
Interesting. It looks like a beautiful course.
Okay.
So here I have 2 theories on why we have listeners in these random countries.
Okay.
One theory is they're military.
Okay.
We have military listeners stationed over there, and that makes sense to me.
That is confirmed.
Yeah, we
have
do.
military
We do.
listeners.
But there's just so many of them. I don't know why we would have military in St. Kitts and Nevis.
Right.
My second theory is they're using VPNs.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
So, well, I want people that if you hear your country listed on here, send us a picture or something from this random country.
Yes, we need to get a big time collage.
Yes, I want to see that. Make sure I want to test this theory to see if we're actually breakfast bowl worldwide.
Here's what I'm most interested in. We need that. If you're from any of those countries we just listed off, just send us a photo. Maybe if you listen to the podcast, have a nice morning walk.
If you're anywhere besides the United States or Canada, send us a picture of where you're listening.
Here's what I need the most. I need the one guy or gal in Argentina, if you are listening, to send a picture in to us, because you are one of 44 million people. And that's pretty crazy.
That's big odds. Also, if you're the guy or girl in St. Kitts and Nevis.
There's only one there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, tell us which island you're on.
Tell us whether you're in St. Kitts or Nevis. One of three.
Or Nevis.
Could be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just went with Nevis because that's the one in Minnesota.
What if it's like the golf pro of the island?
At Royal St. Kitts.
That would
Royal
be
St.
tight.
Kitts. That would be sick. Yeah, he's probably just cringing at some of the shit that we say.
Oh, yeah. They're getting the names wrong big time. But our number 3 country is Australia. Our number 4 country is Denmark. Then it's the UK. And then it's Latvia.
Interesting.
Latvia is so interesting to me. Why?
We need
Why do you keep saying Latvia?
What is it?
Isn't it Latvia?
I don't know.
Cody, I don't know. The
I'm
English.
freaking me out.
I'm hooked on phonics here. And I'm just pronouncing words as I see them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What?
On the golf course, it looks like they got a water park. Splash at Royal St. Kitts Hotel.
God, that sounds.
You know how many kids are getting domed at that water park from Ryan's Yips to the right?
Park.
Hey, they're gone
I thought
now.
we were going to stop talking about that.
No, you talked about it the whole weekend.
I can talk about it, but you can't.
Uh-huh.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
your partner
And a
No, you're
paradigm.
not.
in golf. We're golf partners.
Like, okay, this is the last time that we're going to mention it unless I bring it up. Okay?
Okay.
We're not going to mention the Shanks. We're not going to mention the Yips.
Oh, shit. We also have I skipped our number 3 country.
No, you didn't.
Oh, proceed.
Okay. We need to get a collage of our foreign listeners
Yes, we do.
outside here in the US.
Oh, we also have 72 listeners in countries unknown.
Oh,
They're off the fucking grid.
Atlantis
Maybe stationed in the moon or
be.
like on a space station.
or Mars.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were probably listening to double bogey shows they were taking off on Blue Origin.
Or they're in international waters just chilling on boats.
Yeah.
No country.
Sir Richard Branson might be listening right now.
Probably.
I'm just curious as to like how these people got into the show,
Right.
where they're at. Send us your photos.
Tell us your story.
Tell us your story.
What's the
We'll
first
tell
place you
ours.
heard of this also?
Seriously.
Yeah, that's pretty
is-
useful for us
This
actually.
is be like market research kind of.
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty disappointed in our Austrian fan base for not listening to us, even though we're literally the biggest Bernd Weisberger fans on the planet.
Yeah, that's long gone by
Yeah.
now.
Sad.
We jumped on the burn train and we slowly fell off.
We fell off
Over
the
the
PGA
months.
train.
To wrap this up real quick, Tyler, did you watch the end of the BMW championship last weekend?
No, I was moving.
You missed out.
But you told me about it. I went and looked up highlights.
Did you, Cody?
I watched a little bit of it, but not the end.
So
Just like
I'm
the
outside. I'm trying to mow the lawn.
Mhm.
Okay. And I could not take my eyes off of this 6-hole playoff championship. These guys were 27 under.
Jesus.
I've never even hit 27 birdies in my life, and I've probably played thousands of holes.
You'll get there one day.
Yeah. Well, now that I'm reading that book, probably.
That's true. That's the only thing you need to do to get into the PGA.
I know.
Is read a book.
So Bryson and Patrick Cantlay, they're battling for first. They go, here's how the playoff structure works. They go 18, 18, 17, 18, 17, 18 for the playoff holes.
I thought they just started over at 1.
No,
I did
not
too.
for this one. So Patrick Cantlay was sinking 20 plus footers on the greens all day, and he did not stray away from that in the in the playoff holes. Bryson could not make a putt within 10 feet, but it was unbelievable. I'm trying to mow my lawn, and I'm literally, people probably looking at me like, what the fuck's this guy doing? I'm sitting on my tailgate of my truck with all my yard tools out. I'm just sitting there with my head down watching this video. And for 6 holes, they went back and forth. One guy would hit it in the water. One guy would miss a putt. The other guy would stick one close, one putt. It was insane. And Patrick Cantlay ended up winning. And to think what was going through Bryson's head, because he had 3, I'm pretty sure had 2 or 3 chances to win it from within 10 feet.
Oh my God.
What is going through your head when you think like, hey, first place, X amount of money. Second place, X amount of money. There's a pretty big gap there. There's also a trophy. There's also legacy.
Well, there's also,
if you will,
with these deals too. There's incentives. It's like in football, receivers catch X amount of passes in a season.
Yeah,
they get a bonus.
Yep.
Same thing with golfers. You win X amount of championships, bonus.
Gotcha.
So even more money on the line in that regard too.
Yes. And then this led up to the FedEx Cup playoffs, which is the top 30 golfers in the FedEx Cup standings. First place. I don't even know how the FedEx Cup works. Like, so Patrick Cantlay starts at -10. Bryson starts at -7 because he dropped down 2 spots. So going into that, you have first place. Winner of this BMW championship gets first place in the FedEx Cup playoffs, and the other one drops down to 3rd. So Bryson is now 3 strokes behind Patrick in the FedEx Cup playoffs. That's how the tournament starts. Is like Patrick is -10, Bryson is -7.
That's their actual score to start?
Correct. I don't know exactly how it works.
That seems bananas to me.
It's some sort of tournament format I've never even heard of. But yeah, it reminded me a little of myself. Probably just got into his head a little too much. Couldn't make a 10-footer.
Bryson is the absolute epitome of drive for show, putt for dough.
Yeah, but he
did not putt for dough.
Depends on the day. I really like him.
I know you do, and it's weird.
Why? He's 26 years old.
He's so crabby.
He's 26 years
Bryson.
old. Tyler, he's your age.
Yeah. He's younger than you.
I get that.
You're old, dude.
It's mind blowing to me that even you look in the NFL these days. Oh, that guy's 20 years old.
I know. I was just
Holy
thinking
shit.
this with baseball the other day. There was like this 21-year-old guy, and he looks like a full-grown man. Obviously, and I'm just like, this kid's younger than I am.
It's unbelievable.
He's got a freaking arm on him.
I cannot comprehend that.
When did that hit you guys? That hit me like my senior year of college. I was like, there are professional
Yes,
athletes
that's
younger
about
than
when it
me.
hit me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say sometime in college. Yeah,
We're so old.
watching football in particular.
Are you the second oldest person to ever be on this podcast besides Grandpa Dave?
Is Miles
Megan.
older than you?
Megan, probably.
Miles has never been on this podcast, nor will he ever.
He
be on
did
this
one
podcast.
time. He came in to talk to
When Rusty was on.
Ranks Beers.
Oh yeah. He's Chase. He had to get in on our show.
Yeah.
Chase the clout.
No, he asked to get on.
No,
He snuck in here. He was begging to get on, and we wouldn't let him, and
No,
then he had
we're-
to sneak in.
we're not letting him. We're holding out.
Yeah.
But we're hoping that we can get a 2-man scramble going for a video here. Me and Tyler versus Miles and player X. We don't know yet.
To be announced at a later date. That doesn't mean we don't have someone.
We'll find someone.
It just means we're teasing you guys.
It'll be
to
electric.
Stay tuned.
All right, Tyler, we're going to close this podcast out because we talked a little bit too much about professional golf, which we do not like to do.
I feel uncomfortable.
I'm feeling very out of my element right now. So, guys, thanks for listening into episode 49. You know how I know that? Because I saw you put it on a sheet of paper the other day.
I don't even remember
It's
putting that
actually
down.
episode 48.
Okay, well, then the sheet of paper is wrong. So we need to change that.
What sheet of paper did I put that on?
The slap sheet.
Oh, it definitely is 48 too.
Jesus Christ. Episode 48. Guys, we appreciate you listening. Again, if you are from one of our listening countries that we had named off, if you're the one guy in Argentina that listens to the podcast, send us a photo of you guys listening to the pod. We'll share it somewhere. Because I think that's pretty cool for us. And go get yourself a Brio. We'll be back next
Brio.co.
week with another hot episode.
Hot.
Pun intended.
Yeah, we got fall golf coming up. I love fall golf.
Yeah, leaf balls.
Leaf balls, that's my favorite rule. Can't find your ball.
Yep.
It's under a leaf. Get to take a free drop.
All right. Later, guys. Love you.
Love you. Hell, that's a breakfast ball.